Good evening. My name is Daryl. I'm your critic. Welcome to Album a Day Online. I realize it's been well over a week since my last posting. Episode 51. It's been 2 weeks in the making, and 2.5 weeks in the making, and I promised you I would review Florence and the Machine's latest album, How Big, How Beautiful, How Blue. I got it backwards. How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. And it's not surprising that I can't remember the name of the album title because I haven't listened to it that much, and I think that's very telling. With her first album, Lungs, Florence Welch and her wonderful merry band of co-conspirators in wonderful, emotionally powerful, evocative, imagery-filled rock and roll pop songs, she delivered something that was rarely heard, and on a scale that has happened almost never. Maybe Kate Bush, maybe Sinead O'Connor, but better, which is big. But for me, for my listening tastes, I find Florence has been one of the most original new artists to emerge in the last 15 years. Which brings us to her third full-length album, entitled again, How Beautiful, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. And I started off by saying I haven't listened to it much, and I think, unfortunately, that's very telling. It's been out for 2.5 weeks now, and I'm not loving it. I don't dislike it. It's just kind of there. And that wasn't the reaction I had to her second release. But this new release is very much Florence and the Machine. I consider myself a really big Florence fan, but I think something's happening in the songwriting process where she is getting very tied up in being Florence and the Machine. And she's kind of forgotten who Florence Welch is. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, because the music that she makes is still very good, but it doesn't bring with it the same sense of urgency and heartache, but earnest heartache. There's some very wonderful songs in here. The very first, Ship to Wreck, is the first single. It's good. It hits all the Florence and the Machine notes. It's got big chorus. It's got wonderful imagery, and she still has a lot of water imagery, which is something that if you buy the deluxe edition, like I have in my hands here, not only do you get wonderful bonus tracks, 4 extra songs, you also get this lovely, fantastic packaging with resplendent with fantastic photographs and a wonderful booklet and a little essay that she's written, just detailing the process of making this record. So, if you are just getting into Florence and the Machine, which I don't know what rock you may have been hiding under, Ceremonials was the second record that she put out, and that was a wonderful record. Lungs is still her best, and it's not rare for an artist's debut record to be the best they put out. You have your entire, what's the saying? You have your entire life to write your first record, and then you have 2 years to write your second record, and then another 2 years to write your third, typically. Tangent. From Lungs to Ceremonials to now, How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. I'm never going to remember it. There has been a progression to comfortable mediocrity. And mediocre for Florence is still very, very good by anyone's normal scale. But in comparison to what Florence has done with almost all of ceremonials and every last syllable of and millisecond of sound on lungs, how big, how blue, how beautiful did it, just falls short. So, Florence fans, if you haven't picked it up, you're going to. It's enjoyable. You're going to like it. It's great to have on. But if you want a truly great Florence and the Machine record, Lungs is still it. And Ceremonials is also a very, very good record. I feel like I'm talking in circles because this is a good record, and I'm trying to find a way to not trash it. But I also want to be critical of it because it's just not as good as Florence's past releases. So I'm done talking in circles. It's a good record. Florence fans are going to buy it. If you're not a Florence fan, you might as well skip it because I don't think it's going to win over any new fans. And if you're just starting to hear of Florence because maybe you're just getting into listening to music that isn't, teeny bopper stuff, I would go back to Lungs. My name's Daryl. I have been babbling at you for nearly 7 minutes, saying the same thing over and over and over again, and I do apologize. I don't script these things, and I'm never going to. I don't plan on ever doing that. Go out, discover new music, don't stop listening to music, and don't stop trying new things. And I will talk to you again soon. Like, subscribe, and leave comments below. Have a great day.